Welcome, welcome. It's Simply Dorales. We're back. And like I was just saying in the previous one, this is part 2, but like, women, come on. Like, y'all expect for the man to one day, y'all want him to pay for everything, y'all bills, y'all nails, y'all hair. Y'all feel so fucking entitled, but what are you doing? You don't want, then you look at him like he crazy when he say, hey, I want to fuck, come suck my dick. Like, I'm sorry, you got to be realistic with your views and your expectations.
You got too many people out here that want to be receivers without being givers. Try being a giver, because if everybody turns into a giver, I think everybody would be happy.
We're not saying getting taken advantage of, but...
Of course not. But when it's all said and done, if you with somebody that you know is actually for you, and they know that, you know, you for them, y'all gonna be all right.
That part.
You know?
That part. All right, question number 5. Do you think cultures can learn from each other? I absolutely do. But in order for cultures to learn from each other, everyone needs to be open. I mean, you got these white people who go to Africa and learn the African culture. They go to Thailand. They go to Colombia. They learn all these different cultures and come back and have all this respect and everything. And understanding and different views, and from them learning from that culture, they take a little bit from each what they learn and make their own. What do you think?
So I believe that cultures can learn from one another. For example, black and white, black and Indian, or whatever race that you dating. You have to learn to know your significant other or whatever culture, so that way you can know how to go about things, how to say things, how to bring up different topics and all of that without offending. But like I said, like you say, it's a learning mechanism. Like, it's learning. You have to learn. Yeah. So if you're willing to learn and be open and not rely on your own understanding, it can be done.
Casey?
Well, from what I know, I think one of the earlier situations where, cultures were shared was between, of course, the Pilgrims and the Indians. You know what I'm saying? So if it goes back that far, like the Bible says, there's nothing new under the sun. My thing is, it could be done in this day and age as well. But again, you need open-mindedness, and you got to be able to give as well as receive. But when you get a closed mind, is just like a closed mouth. It ain't gonna get fed.
That fucking part. That part. So, do you got question number 6? Is it fair to judge someone's culture? Is it good if it's good or bad? I don't think it's fair to judge anyone. I mean, you can have your opinions about something without judging. There's a difference. It's a fine line, but there's a difference. So, no, I don't think it's fair to judge someone's religion if it's good or bad, or their culture.
Going based off what Princess said, judging, that's something that I don't do. I don't judge nobody. Everybody has their thing, that they do. So, I don't judge nobody. And like she said, have your own opinion. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. You can have your opinion all day.
Right.
But judging, that's like...
It becomes a judgment when you take your opinion and see it as fact and live in that and let it restrict you and dictate what you are or are not doing.
Right.
Preach.
Yeah.
Casey, what's your
already
answer?
know. Okay, so this is my take on it. I don't mean to offend anybody. Okay, judge is an interesting word, because let's say you wake up in the morning. Okay, you walk outside. It's cold outside. You're gonna make a judgment of the weather. Once you make that judgment, then you're gonna go back inside and you're gonna say, "Hey, I need a jacket." Okay, so going biblical just a little bit. Okay, a lot of people say, "Oh, you're not supposed to judge. You're not supposed to judge." when you judge, you're making an assessment, but at the same time, you're not supposed to judge to put anybody in heaven or hell because you don't have that power. You don't have that authority. So when it's all said and done, there's a slight judgment that you're going to make, but it's a judgment that's based on you and how you're going to react to whatever it is that's in front of you and whatever it is that you're dealing with.
Church say amen.
Amen.
That's all I got to say.
Plug your charger up. That part. All right, so what is the best advice you were given but didn't take? The best advice that I was given that I didn't take was to stop letting people walk over me, and to stop that I deserve to be loved, and that I deserve more than what I was getting from my abusive partners. I mean, I take that advice now, but I wasn't ready to receive it at that time, and that's the thing about advice. So no matter how good the advice is, you have to be ready to receive it.
Right.
What about you?
All right. The advice that I was told by my mom, she tells me till this day, she has always told me, at the end of the day, regardless where you are at, take care of yourself. Meaning, if, for example, I was in a relationship, right? My significant other probably had it good, whatever. Me, I had it too, but at the same time, I was spending my earnings versus where the significant other didn't have to worry about a damn thing. So I was putting my all and trust and all of that into my significant other, and then I messed around and found out, and I got fucked over. So my thing is, yes, you have to be ready to take that advice. And I'm learning. I'm still in my 20s. I'm learning. I'm thinking with a clear head now. And I'm hearing her. She just told me this maybe 2 days ago. Take care of yourself. Make sure that CJ is good. Not everybody else. Because at the end of the day, who do you have?
That part.
So it's like, and it's kind of hard because I like to, I don't.
That's the common problem with givers.
I like to kind of take care of whoever I'm with or whatever. But my mom always just said, take care of yourself. So now it's like, okay. And it's scary. I don't know. It's weird, but it's scary. It's a learning process.
You take care of someone else and take care of yourself. You got to put yourself first.
Right. I have to put myself first, but it's like, damn, what about this other person? Like, how they... So it's like, all right. And now I'm actually coming to terms with it, and I'm seeing what's going on. I'm seeing this and that. So hopefully I continue on that road. But yes, that's one of the ones.
Okay. Casey?
Well, I'm just going to piggyback off what my sis said pretty much. Long story short, that goes both ways, right? Stop worrying about the speck in somebody's eye when you got a log in your own. Okay? You have to be able to take care of yourself to be able to have yourself in a position where you could even help somebody else. Now, there's different levels of that. You know what I'm saying? You could be in a bad position and still be able to help somebody else, but at the same time, you have to have that perspective in the right place. You have to be able to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. Somebody with $1 million could help a whole lot of people. Somebody with only $3 might be able to help one person. It's all about all about stewardship and how you manage what you have and how you deal with the things that you're blessed with.
Amen.
Amen to that. Okay. Question 8. Does freedom mean more choices?
Say that again for me.
Does freedom mean more choices? I have to think on that, so I'm going to let one of y'all answer first.
Can I? Freedom, right?
Yes.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Don't hate me for it. Don't hate me for it. Don't hate me for it. Please. I was 18. I had a girlfriend and told me we can live together. All we can live off of is $1,000 a month. I said, huh? This is my take on that. I feel like in a world today, in today's society, money rules the world. Because if you don't have fucking money to do nothing, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? You gotta work, you gotta do this and that, and that's what other, employers or whatever, they don't. I don't know if they understand it or they just don't care. But money, I feel like, be humble, but money rules the world, because in order to do things, you have to have money. You have to learn how to prioritize, save, put your things in order. Because when you don't have money, what you really, you know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing. Then people be stressed and all that. So for me, having a stability of income and don't have to worry about nothing, that's freedom for me.
Okay, that's a really good answer. I believe that freedom does come with choices, but that don't mean that they're good choices. And I don't believe that in this society we're free at all. We went from one form of slavery to another. Think about it. When God first created the world and everything in earth, there was no taxes to pay until man really came into play. You were able to have what you work for. Your 40 acres in a mule, you was able to have what you work for, and however hard you work, that's what you had. You would trade, do trades with your neighbors and stuff if they were better at growing this crop or that crop. But we didn't have to pay to live on earth. We didn't have to pay to live on, if we be as big as we wanted it to, as long as we were willing to build it. You got what you put in. And now we have so many restrictions, rules, regulations, taxes. I'm not saying all the rules are wrong because they're not. Because a lot of them are to protect us. But at the same time, we have this misperceived conception of being free, and we not. The government is the new master, the new slave owner. And that's just my opinion. 2 minutes and then we can continue.
Okay, so dealing with money, that is a really interesting topic. The Word of God says the love of money is the root of all evil. That means that when you put money ahead of everything, then that becomes your God, and basically there should not be no other gods before him, right? Okay. My take on this is money is a tool. A lot of people that actually have money will tell you, you don't work for your money, you let your money work for you. With that being said, again, it's how you manage. A lot of people have this misconception in their head that says that, oh, they're never going to make a certain amount of this, they're never going to make a certain amount of that, they're never going to be able to get to this point, that's only for certain people, that's only for this person, that person, they have this degree, they're smart enough. That's not really what it is. It's about the choices that you make. It's about whether or not you will be willing to take that sacrifice and not live like everyone else, so that way you can not live like everyone else. So without going too deep into that, use your money as a tool, because it's not just about money. It's about anything that you can have that can be of service to others.
That's a really good take. We're about to continue this on the next 15-minute increment. I don't believe we'll be able to get to all 43 questions, but we will pick up next Sunday if the Sunday coming up, okay?